Let's face it, there is an increasing need for income as energy prices go up and inflation reaches new heights, causing our savings to evaporate. To be competitive on the market, we now need to do more than just grow our income. We also need to multiply it by a number of different factors. So why not start investing in index funds, which will allow you to grow your funds with little to no risk? In fact, according to Fool.com, if you keep investing $1,455 per month into S&P index funds for 2 decades, you'll touch the millionaire's bar. Watch this video through to the very end to maximize your earning potential. Any dollar contribution through Super Thanks is greatly appreciated, as it will be used towards maintaining this channel to bring more finance-related content. Also, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you are getting value out of this video. When 4 friends named Mike, Stephen, John, and Kelly just got together for a party to celebrate a reunion after 10 years of college, they ended up discussing finances. While Stephen was persuading people that cryptocurrencies were a terrific alternative, Kelly came out with research showing how risky they are. Mike added some news to it by mentioning a story that Terra Luna lost 98% of its worth in just 48 hours. Everybody gets shivers when they hear this. John also brought up the possibility of investing in the stock market at the same time. Everyone had to reconsider their choice in light of this. When they were still unclear, they agreed to meet John's uncle Randy, who had been a financial consultant for a Fortune 100 business for many years. Everyone's fundamental needs were quite obvious. They all want to increase in their wealth. They didn't want to delve farther into the risk pit. They approached Randy's door, faces tight, as they waited for him to offer a workable option. Everyone was ushered inside by John's uncle, who then unlocked the door and served them hot beverages. Randy started his presentation at this point, bringing all the truth to the table. A mutual fund investment is a good choice if you wish to have low risk and high objectives. The managers will take care of a considerable sum of money that has been invested quickly by several small and large investors. These managers may sell and buy stocks on your behalf and assist you in gaining financial stability while collecting an expense charge. For this reason, each of you must hire a manager with at least 10 years of relevant expertise. The main reason for this is that a person who has reached this level is aware that they should refrain from investing their money in occasional bouts of irrational stock market buying. However, you must switch to ETFs if you think that paying the managers a lot of expenses will hinder your goal. They are traded in the market similarly to low-risk mutual funds and 500-plus expertly woven stock bundles. Putting it that way brings out the difference. ETFs are always sold as a single unit at the market price, whereas mutual funds can be traded in smaller quantities, say dollars. But as the saying goes, every coin has 2 sides. I'm aware that there are people, like Jim Cramer, who have lived in their car while profiting handsomely from this mutual fund. Then there is the success tale of Warren Buffett, who staked $1 million on the S&P 500 and made a profit. I still feel obliged to tell you the complete story, though, to prevent your fantasy from going down the drain. So, as you can see, there are specialists or a team of experts behind the ETFs that decide which specific assets to include in the fund. For example, even though the energy sector is currently making significant profits for shareholders, there are currently rumors that the sector may shortly enter a recession. If that happens, the management will have a direct impact on your investment strategy and financial security. The same also applies to mutual funds. First of all, because they are often managed actively, their costs are exceptionally high. Not only that, but if there is management abuse, you cannot even see your wealth in fantasies. And lastly, it doesn't give you tax advantages. So far as I'm aware, index funds are the best. When investing in actual funds proved to be fairly challenging for the average investor, a man by the name of Jack Bogle developed the idea of funds that concentrate on bigger market tracking in 1975. His notion led to a $17 million windfall for his company. Therefore, index funds are the best if you want the advantages of mutual funds and ETFs without having to deal with their drawbacks. The key benefit of purchasing this fund is that it raises the investor's level of earning confidence because it tracks a specific benchmark, such as the S&P 500. Also, when compared to mutual funds, the cost of index funds is sometimes almost nothing. Actually, index fund managers will charge you 0.05% instead of the mutual fund manager's 1% fee. Let me give you an example to bring a real number to the table. If you search for AMAGX right now, the expense ratio for this mutual fund is 0.91%. The Fidelity Zero Large Cap Index, FNILX, now has 0% of the expenditure charges at the same time. Can you see how much money you could be repaid from your profits over the next 10 or 20 years? Now, if you believe that this is the perfect solution for you, I think you should be looking forward to the Fidelity Zero Large Cap Index, Vanguard Total World Stock ETF, and Schwab S&P 500 index funds based on the actual numbers and market transparency. On the other hand, be sure to adhere to Warren Buffett's rule of only investing in businesses that you can comprehend in detail. To form an opinion, you must consider the organization's track record of accomplishment rather than merely online testimonials. The mutual fund comes with a lot of difficulty and uncertainty for your money, even though it is like a shining hero in shining armor. But given that there are practically any dangers and almost no fees, I believe that index funds represent a gold mine for the future. Just consider that over 50% of Americans do not even have $1,000 to cover an emergency. In addition, 37% of Americans have nothing saved for retirement. This is why it is more advantageous to invest in index funds as soon as you can. Additionally, not just businessmen, but even your favorite celebrities, such as Tyra Banks, Oprah, and Beyoncé, invest these days. Mike, Stephen, John, and Kelly were super impressed by Randy's talk on index funds. They all left the house and ultimately began a new income stream after smiling and realizing the value of index funds. What will you do now that we have told you the entire success-grabbing tale through index fund?